Isn't it funny that every single time that you go through a full reset of the things you want to do, the things you want to accomplish and achieve, the things that you want to just do because you've made a change in your life, you go through the emotions of like insecurity, fear, not knowing. Like you go through all these emotions that literally makes us almost wonder what are we doing? And in the process of always getting to know yourself all over again, because when you leave things behind and you get to know your own potential once again, all the fears of are you good enough? Can you make things happen? Are you able to make things happen? Are you able to really make whatever you want to achieve come into fruition again? It's so interesting that your body goes through all these phases of like resetting and restarting all over again. But it's not until you continue on the same journey of resetting consistently that your body is the one that will get so adjusted to the process of just leaving things behind and resetting. And it'll get comfortable with resetting as much as you want it to be. I find it so interesting that in my life, I have reset it many, many times, and I still go through the process of fear, of lack, or am I enough, or that I'm not able to make things happen, or that am I really gonna make it? Am I really going to give myself the permission to do it again? Am I gonna succeed in what I'm gonna do? And most of the time, we don't even like give ourselves enough affirmations or enough assurance that we're gonna be okay no matter what, because we have reset it every single time. And for me, resetting has been it has made me really open up to what it is to feel on a human experience. And by acknowledging these feelings, I'm able to realize that it is so, I don't want to say it's hard, but like what a routine it turns out to be when you reset and your body gets calibrated into the emotional aspect of fear, not being good enough, and just wondering, am I gonna make it? We have placed ourselves in so many expectations, and we as humans have given ourselves the choice of not being good enough. As harsh as that may sound, we have given ourselves the choice of not being good enough, because we're thinking if someone outside of us is gonna think negative about us. And it's never been about that. We came here to really understand what can we do and not care about what anybody else says. Because at the end of the day, when you become more of yourself, you will be lighting up somebody else's day. And in my process, I've realized that as much as I do my own thing, and as much as I want to get things done for myself, and as much as I want to experience my life in the way that I wrote it, I'm realizing that people get inspired by the choices that I make, which at the end of the day, those choices are based on what I want to do. It is so interesting that most of us are always looking for validation from outside of us, when in reality we don't need to be validated by absolutely anyone, because if we're having fun doing what makes us feel excited, if we're having fun, doing what makes us feel good, if we are enjoying what actually gives us life, there is no need for validation from any human or anything to make us go forward in what we now know as the human experience, our human experience. I know that sometimes maybe the human experience can be a little harsh on you. Sometimes the human experience can be a little bit difficult. But if you're able to let go of the background noise of what the expectations that everyone else has on you, because remember, those expectations do not come from anybody else. The expectations that you have come from where you were from and what you have learned. But if you give yourself the expectation to have fun in whatever you are doing, and at least just try it out, because you are the creator of what you want in your life, you're gonna have a different type of expectation for yourself. And the expectation that you will create for yourself will be of a love and compassion expectation for you, and of actually enjoying the human experience and enjoying life. We're in a time where like we have more than enough, and we will continue to have more than enough options to make money, abundance, and anything you ever wanted to dream of, because the options are already outside of us, and it's up to us to just take on that option and then see if the option is suitable for us, so that your experience can be much more validated for you in this human vessel. Feeling enriched, feeling accomplished, feeling abundant, feeling inspired, feeling love, feeling all the beautiful emotions that will come in when you do something that will benefit you. And maybe people will put it in a selfish level, but you always have to look at the cup halfway full instead of always looking at halfway empty. If somebody is doing something selfish, it is not your responsibility to judge them for doing something that accommodates them and that they are enjoying. It is not your responsibility or your obligation to go out there and judge someone because they're doing something and they're taking an option that it is not in your favor. If the person has enough clear communication to tell you, hey, I just don't wish to do this, can you please just respect that choice? It is not up to the other person to go ahead and judge the other person based on their own beliefs and values. We all have our own beliefs and values based on what we have learned. But it is not up to us to obligate anybody else to follow those obligations and values. It is not part of the human experience for us to create boundaries among ourselves in order for us to limit what we can do on this earth. It is not your doing to limit another human being's experience just because you think something is right or they think something is wrong. Because you are limiting yourself by becoming so rigid with the way that you are becoming. The way that you maneuver yourself in your life has to be in a limitless being, because there's so much to see. There is so much to do. There's so much time to get things done and really channel your energy and go straight to what you want to do, because you know it fits you. It's the shoe that just fits you in. It's your shoe. There shouldn't be anything telling you to go ahead and just choose the shoe that fits you better. Out of all the options in the world, you have more than the choice to choose the shoe that fits you. Or if not, create your own shoe. If not, create your own reality. Create what makes you be excited. Go ahead and experience it. It's out there. One thing that I usually tell my people is get off your mind, get off what's going on inside of here, and go out there and explore the world, because there's so many fireworks. There's so much fireworks out there that you can just create anything out of all the fireworks that have been created already. And you can mold it into a brand new idea, but it is not up to you to judge what has been created, because you didn't come here to judge what has been created. You came here to experience what has been created. Love yourself in everything that you do. Love yourself in everything that you're capable of doing. And just don't stop growing. There's no need for you to settle. Your life will be so rich when you get to know yourself all over again. Your life will be so rich that you're going to be able to just go on and experience everything the world has to provide, because you've asked and it has been given. You have asked and it has been given. You've asked and it has been given. It might not be in the way that you might have wanted, but it has been given. And don't worry that at the end of the day, everything will be just fine. Because you're going to be just fine. Everything happens momentarily in this world. But things happen because they need to happen in order for you to realize that you're going to be okay. And that you can have a second chance to go ahead and do what makes you feel excited to live life all over again. Because it's in your nature to live life. It's in their nature to become more of life. It is in your nature to be the person you always wanted to be. I understand that life can put you in situations, but it should not limit you. It should not limit you for what you know you can do for yourself. It should not limit you for the people that you can meet around and actually have a conversation with. It should not limit you because you know you can do anything you want to do in your world and you're able to achieve it because you know you can. And there's nothing or anyone's expectations or anything in the world that can get in the way of what you know you can do for you. Because this is your story. This is the story that you've always wanted. You walked into this game unknowingly, not knowing anything, to really get to know yourself all over again. And it is time for you to really understand what you can achieve and do in this world. Become the embodiment of the person you always wanted to become. Become the vessel that you walked in here with. And see how much light you're able to produce. And please always remember, have faith in yourself in anything that you're providing to yourself. Walk with courage onto the world and always take one step at a time. And always be kind to yourself. Always be kind to yourself. So you're going to be able to project that kindness out into the world. And you're able to see how the world answers back to you. Please share this with somebody who really needs it today. And I thank you very much.